Jason, you said a lot in your presentation about the coaching, but I'm also curious: are you coaching only the people, but also companies? So, and if so, in what kind of industries or the size of the companies you're coaching the most?
So the amazing thing about design thinking is that it's applicable to the most incredible of realms. The least believable of realms have design thinking relevant to them. So in industries like finance and insurance and government, maybe at first sight one would think design thinking doesn't apply, but actually as soon as you go in a little bit you realize that it's very much experientially driven. In financial industries, sometimes people are putting in 200 million pounds of their investment into a company. That experience of managing that money is hugely important nowadays, with people wanting to access their money, seeing how their investments are doing in real time, all the time. So all these things require service design, user experience design, software development, all these kind of things. So we work across a range of industries, and we're not limited to a specific industry, and coaching, yes, to individuals as well as groups in companies. So oftentimes we'll do coaching sessions to 40, 50 people in the company, and big corporations ask us to coach up to 5,000 of their staff in design thinking across different segments of their company, which we look at. Segments of each company are people, systems, innovation, products, money, and growth, and people work in those areas, and we can coach them in design thinking to improve any one of those areas.
I would like to ask about the big corporations and big companies. Can you say, is there some kind of a key obstacle or key problems that the big companies especially have in applying design thinking?
Yeah, the biggest obstacle is what I spoke about in my presentation, which is that level of consciousness of individual employees and of the company as a whole, where they're often thinking that everything's fine as it is, or even if it isn't fine, they'll just think it just has to be that way. So they don't necessarily have that ingenuity of thinking, which we call design thinking, to say, well, hey, if something's not working, how can I fix it?
So it's mainly, in your point of view, the people, the regular people, which is mainly responsible for design thinking, or the role of the board or the management is the key?
So we look at 3 layers within companies, so executive layer, management, and workers. And the executive layer needs to recognize the value of design thinking, management needs to enable it to happen, and sometimes management wants to not enable it because they like to manage the status quo, and workers often want to embrace it, but they don't necessarily know how to go about it in a sort of companies where thinking for yourself isn't really encouraged. So if executives buy into it, workers want it, and management needs to support it. So it's those 3 layers that we look at.
Thanks very much, Jason, and I hope you enjoy your stay in Poland.
Absolutely, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.